You too, what's going on, man? It's your boy, Cope with a guy, back again with another video, man. I know y'all missed me. I know y'all missed your boy. I know y'all missed your boy. I know, man. I've been gone for way too long. I've had a bunch of stuff happening to me in my life, man. I've been way too busy for YouTube. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, but we're back, and hopefully we can keep this consistent. We can keep this run consistent, and I'm gonna keep doing reaction videos, and I'm gonna keep dropping probably like 3 times a week. Hopefully that's the consistency I'm trying to look for, but yeah, we'll see. But without further ado, man, let's kick up this video. Today we're gonna be reacting to what's horrible anime dads, you know what I'm saying, from CJDACHAMP. You know we have to come, when we come back, we have to do with CJDACHAMP. We can't do anything else without starting with CJDACHAMP. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Also, y'all should expect an epic the musical video from me. Yes, I do know the musical. Yes, I have seen I have heard the musical, but I have not seen the animatics, so that would be something. So hope y'all looking forward to that, and without further ado, let's get this.
And I ain't looking back when I leave.
Dads. They're either great and support their kids, and they are mostly there to protect and guide their child down the right path to make sure they can have the best life they can possibly have. Or they're an absolute deadbeat bum-ass nigga who hates their kids
That's
and
so
should have
loud.
never had the right to reproduce.
Oh my god,
And
that's
when it
loud
comes
as
to anime,
hell.
I don't know what it is, but 99% of these niggas can't raise a kid for shit. It's like they're allergic to being a good dad. So today I got a little different video for y'all. Today
All
we're taking a
right.
deep dive and taking a look at some of the worst fathers in anime history.
Okay, first of all, you know who has to be on this list? As much as I hate to say it, Endeavor is one of my favorite characters. Endeavor has to be on this list. Number one. Number two, Gon. Gon's that damn, I forget his name. Fisher? I don't know. Ging? I think that's his name. I can't remember. He has to be there. The dad from Full Metal Alchemist. He most definitely has to be in there. If not the worst, he is the worst anime father ever. Like, I can't explain it how bad he is. Yeah. Oh, 100%, 100%. Ozai. All right, we're doing the iceberg. Nice.
So without further ado, first up on the chopping block,
Ging, exactly. Yeah, this nigga.
Now we're starting
This
off with
nigga.
Ging because everybody else on this list is 10 times worse than him. But it
Yeah.
doesn't change the fact that this man Ging is the king
He's
of
a
the
terrible
Like, when it
father.
comes to deadbeat
Oh
dads
my
in
god.
anime, Ging is easily the first nigga everybody thinks about. And I mean, the evidence is there. I mean, we all know the running joke. This man dropped his son off at his cousin's house and named him Gon.
Because the nigga gone. Like, bruh.
Typical dad that went to go get milk and never came back. Bro really dropped off a whole baby and the child support bill on Mito.
And I was like, nah, I ain't doing this. Dude, Jin was so annoying because the entire reason Hunter x Hunter exists, especially for Gon, is that Gon wanted to see his daddy, wanted to see his pappy. And the only way Gon knew how to see his dad was, to go to to go and be a hunter. But his dad didn't want anything to do with him. It's so messed up.
Ging was my dad, I really hate this nigga because if he passed this ziggity zag ass hairline down,
Nah, I'll be crazy. I'll be pissed in my stomach.
for making his son inherit this shit. But besides all this man didn't come to see his son or contact him for 12 whole years. The only stuff he left for Gon was a cassette tape, a rusty ring,
And a
and
goddamn player, bruh.
off of Craigslist, or a game that he created that you could die in. I kid you not, the nigga dead ass left a message on a cassette tape that said, "Hey, Spark. So, game that I made called Greed Island. It's basically Sword Art Online. So that means don't die in that bitch. Oh, Jesus. I think somebody just
Oh my god,
you'll be
bro.
fine.
Jin
Anyways,
was
you beat
so
that?
bad
And,
as a father,
maybe finally
bro.
come to you. Well, good luck, sport. But I'm gonna be so real with y'all. The shit that really pissed me off about Ging in the moment that showed everyone that this nigga ain't shit was when Gon was in the hospital. Now, Gon was
Bro. Y'all are not hearing me. What Gene said when Lorio, I think that's how he say his name, was telling him about, hey, your son is in the hospital. Go see him, man. He did all this because he wants to see you. What this nigga said. Ooh, out. You know what? Let's let it play. Let that shit play, because ooh, I'm about to crash out.
his life after his fight with Pito. He was on life support and he was about to die. And Ging did not bother to visit
Didn't
him
care.
once
Didn't give a
when he
shit.
was
Didn't
literally
care.
across the
And
street.
that's what is so insane, dude. It's right there. It's right there. He could literally have just, hey, I'm just gonna see my son for 2 seconds. Literally, that's all Gon wanted, to see his daddy for 2 seconds. 2 goddamn seconds, and this nigga Gene could not spare the time. And it's so insane. Hold on. Here we go.
Not even a 5-minute walk. The lazy bastard didn't even want to go to the hospital to see his son that could have died. I'm telling y'all, when Leorio called this man out in front of everybody, it was pure satisfaction. Bro got on the mic and was like, I got a question for Mr. Ging. Hey yo, why haven't you gone to visit your son, you bum ass nigga? You deadbeat musty,
Hold his
dressed in
ass
rags
out.
bitch. You out here answering questions for people you don't even know. Meanwhile, your own flesh and blood is about to die. So answer the question, hoe ass nigga. Why have you not gone to see your son? And after Leorio called him out, Ging replied with, man, he got enough friends. He'll be fine. Did he even say he wanted me to come in the first place? And the fact
Oh,
that this man
bro,
Ging
that
said
thing
does he
pissed me
even want
off,
me to
man.
come, while Gon can't even say that shit because he's in a coma?
Dude,
Piss
dude,
Leorio
no,
off to the point.
no. Hold on. We're taking back a couple. Look at how Gon looks right now.
While Gon can't
Look at how Gon looks right now. And, bruh, damn, bruh. Man, if that was my daddy, I would have beat his ass, bro. I would have beat his ass. Your son is dying. Your son is so badly hurt that there is no space for his flesh to be showed. It is wrapped in bandages. And you're like, he be alright. He don't need me. My brother in Christ.
even say that
That's when
shit
he
because
needs
he's
you.
in a coma. Piss Leorio off to the point where he said, fuck it, and swooped on this nigga, lifted him out of his seat with a Shoryuken. And when this happened, I kid you not, everyone in the room cheered because they all
Beat
knew
his
that this
ass.
nigga was a
Beat his
problem.
ass.
Everyone was happy when Ging got laid out. And then the icing on the cake of Ging just being a deadbeat is when Gon woke up and was so happy to see his father. This man was crying and was so happy to see his dad. And look at this man's face. Is this the face of a man that wants to see his son? Hell
Nope.
nah. He's
Mm-mm.
thinking in his head,
Damn.
do I have to actually be in this little nigga's life now? Man, I gotta pay child support now? Oh my
Shitty ass
God. And when Gon
motherfucker.
left
Shitty
to
ass
say, can we
bro. I
talk
swear.
again? This man Ging was like, I don't know. And everybody in the room booed him, calling him a deadbeat and a bum ass nigga like they should. And this man Ging was ready to swing on everybody like, bro. But yeah, Ging is easily the king of the deadbeats. But like I said earlier, there are dads 10 times worse than Ging. And next up is a dad that abused his whole family.
Ah, damn it.
Oh boy, Endeavor.
Endeavor.
But my God, he was a terrible father. Now, I will say this.
At least
Endeavor,
he
without
tried
a
to
doubt,
be
is
better.
the most improved father on this
He
list.
tried to be
He's
better.
actually trying to do better. But the way he was moving before his whole redemption was awful. This nigga was a piece of shit that mentally abused and broke his entire family apart. And this was all because he was a hating ass nigga. You see, Endeavor was obsessed with trying to be better than All Might. So when he finally came to the realization that All Might was just better than him and it was just a skill issue, he decided, if I can't be better than him, then
I'm
I'll
gonna
make
make
somebody
something
better
better
than
than
him.
them.
So
Yeah.
this man went out
Susan,
and bought a wife so he could make
I'm gonna
a
get busy
hybrid
to
baby
get some
with her
kids.
that would have his flame quirk in her ice quirk. He wanted to make a little half-breed avatar. And the first child they had was Toya, aka Dobby. Now, Dobby inherited a strong version of Endeavor's quirk, but his body couldn't handle the heat because his body was physically built to resist the cold because of his mother, not heat. So Endeavor considered Toya a failure, so he continued to have more kids. He had
That's a
Freebie and
nasty
Actual.
clip.
And guess what? They didn't live up to the hype that Endeavor wanted. So then he tried one last time, and he finally had a baby that had both quirks, and that was Shoto. And when Endeavor finally had Shoto, he was so obsessed with him,
Like,
he
bro,
just gave up on all of his
totally,
other
bro.
kids
He gave
and
him
told
and
them not to
everybody
be
else was
heroes.
like,
I
yeah,
mean,
nah.
this nigga straight up
Pack the
told
shit
Toya in the nicest
and
way
put the
possible.
fries in the bag.
Listen here, son. Not gonna lie, gang. You ain't got what it takes. You can't be a hero. You can't be better than All Might.
Damn.
Just give up.
Damn.
And this was the start of this family just breaking apart. Because after Endeavor told Toya this, he straight up tried to swing on baby Todoroki. So after Toya tried to swing on his baby brother, Endeavor straight up told his wife, keep Shoto away from the other kids and don't let Toya out of your sight. So this is when he just started to neglect his other kids. And the only kid he cared about was Shoto because he was his perfect creation. So he put Todoroki through some hellish training. Like he was beating this little nigga's ass. And when his mother came in to try to stop him, he just hip slapped him right in front of his kid. And this wasn't even the last time he
Damn, I can't even defend you, bro. I can't even defend you. That's messed up. That's messed up as hell. But I will say though, he tried to do better later on in the story. But at this point in the story, Endeavor sucked. He sucked as a human being. He sucked as a character. He sucked at everything he did. And over here, we do not condone DV. No, it's just wrong. Okay, cool.
hit his wife. Because one day Toya came back to his dad and told him, oh my God, Pops, I've been training right. And not gonna lie, gang, I think I understand it now. You should come watch me, Dad, please. And when Endeavor heard Toya was training again, he went to his wife and slapped the shit out of her. Right
Why?
in front of his kid.
That I did not understand. Like, it's Toya was doing it because Toya wanted to do it. If you were gonna get angry at Toya. Like, what is happening?
And started yelling at her and cussing her out. And this was the start of Todoroki's mom's mental health
Just,
declining. Because every time she looked at her kids, she saw Endeavor. And this led to Todoroki's mom throwing boiling water on Todoroki's face, giving him the Zuko scar because she straight up snapped.
Yeah, she was
and
losing
tweaked
her
out
shit,
because she
bro.
couldn't even see her kids the same. Her mind was broken. So he straight up threw her in
In
a
the
mental
hospital,
insane
bro.
asylum. And then since he completely neglected Toya, Toya went up in the woods thinking his dad was coming. And when he realized he wasn't, his emotions took over and his flames became out of control. And it ended up starting a goddamn California forest fire. Man's burnt down the whole forest and Endeavor thought his son was dead. Just for all for one, to find his son who was burnt to a crisp and make him a whole super max super villain. Nigga turned him into a D1 tweaker. So yeah.
First of all one turned Toyas, aka Dabi, into a walking nuke. The one thing Endeavor thought he couldn't get to. The one thing Endeavor couldn't get to. That's what he turned Toya into. Even though his skin was melting off, but he was a walking nuke. So I guess that balances out. I guess, I don't know.
This man Endeavor mentally and physically abused his entire family and pushed them to their breaking points. All because he was a hating ass nigga that wanted to surpass All Might. But you see, Endeavor is not the only father that we're covering today. That was a firebender and caused their son to get half their face burnt off. Because now it's time for our honorable mention.
Ozai.
Now, y'all should have known damn well. If I'm making a video about bad fathers,
He
this
has to
man
be on there,
Ozai
bro.
will make the cut every
So
single
Ozai
time.
was
Ozai
horrible.
is just flat out one of the worst fathers in fiction. This man is an actual evil, narcissistic psychopath. And the way he treated his kids, whoa boy. There was a reason Zuko was a depressed dickhead and Azula was a psychopath. It all goes back to their father. So first, let's start off with Zuko. And we have to dive all the way into the comics for this. Now, the whole family was having dinner, right? And Azula was talking about how she set
You're
her
lucky to
firebending
be.
teacher's pants on fire. So Ozai, of course, was glazing Azula because she was clearly his favorite child. And he was straight up enabling Azula's bad behavior. Talking like, your teacher sounds like a fool. I'll have him sent back to the colonies. So Zuko chimed in and said, he's not a dummy. He just thinks that proper firebending has to start. Ozai cut Zuko off and he is pissed. And he says something that a father should never say to their child. He told
That shit was so
Zuko,
messed up.
how dare you lecture your sister on firebending? You know, little nigga, let me let you in on a little secret. When you were born, we weren't sure if you were a bender at all. You didn't have that spark in your eyes. I planned to cast you from this palace. How embarrassing for a prince of the Fire Nation to have a non-bender as our firstborn. Lucky for you, little nigga, your mother and the Fire Sages pleaded with me to give you a chance. Azula, on the other hand, never needed that kind of luck.
Nuh-uh.
She was born lucky. You were lucky.
Lucky to be born.
This
Nah.
man snapped on his child at the dinner table, bruh. He basically told Zuko that he ain't shit. And you were lucky that I felt like blowing your mama's back out to make you. But it just keeps on getting worse from here, bruh. Because the next awful thing he did to Zuko was, of course, the Agni Kai. So this all started in a war meeting. So this one general came up with a plan that would have an entire division of new Fire Nation recruits be used as bait to distract the Earth Kingdom's forces so a better division could attack from the rear. Now, obviously, this plan is terrible because they're literally throwing new recruits out there to die. So
Exactly.
Zuko spoke up and said that this plan was straight garbage and you're sacrificing and betraying loyal soldiers of the Fire Nation. And when he said this, all the generals just stopped and looked at this nigga because Zuko spoke out of line when he wasn't supposed to. So Ozai saw this as disrespect to the general. And the only way to settle this was an Agni Kai. So Zuko thought that he was going to be dueling the general. But when Zuko turned around and saw his opponent, it wasn't the general.
It was his
Ozai.
papa.
Because Ozai thought that it was disrespectful to him because Zuko ran his mouth in his war chambers. So Zuko was pleading to his dad like, Dad, please, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it as disrespect. But Ozai was like,
It was like, yeah, no, get up, boy.
Don't be a bitch. Stand up and fight for your honor. So Zuko refused to fight Ozai. And Ozai proceeded to burn half of his face off.
Man, look at
And
Azula
forced him
smiling
to
over there, bro.
And then after he gave Zuko his scar, he banished him and forced him to have this ugly as a bald ponytail that nobody should ever be forced to have, and told him, don't come back till you find the Avatar, who has been missing
For
over
100 years.
112
Oh,
years. Ozai
God.
was basically telling him, don't ever come back, little nigga. And the only way you're coming back is if by the grace of God you get lucky to find a little bald nigga that has been frozen for over a century. Now let's move on to Azula. Ozai made Azula do all of his dirty work. This man just sat on his throne the entire series and sent his 14-year-old daughter to take over the entire Earth Kingdom while he just sat there and didn't do shit. Then he took Azula's plan for Sozin's comet that she made and straight up left her out of it.
He just stole that bitch, bro.
Burn the world. And when he left his daughter to be Fire Lord, she went off the deep end and spiraled into madness while this nigga was having the time of his life burning the entire world. Ozai, without a doubt, is one of the worst fathers of all time.
Rasa.
The fourth Kazekage is easily the worst dad in the Naruto series.
No. I forgot about this nigga. Ooh, I forgot about this nigga. This nigga was evil. Oh my god. Dude, there was evil people in Naruto like Danzo, but this nigga Rasa, bro. Oh my god. The shit he did to Gaara, has to be one of the most diabolical things you can ever do to your kid. The most diabolical thing you can ever do to your kid. Cause you know what? I'm gonna let CD talk about it. I'm gonna let him talk about it. Cause
Just flat out one of the worst dads in anime history. This motherfucker ain't shit. He had Gara living one of the worst childhoods of all time. Nigga had his son depressed 24/7. It made him start his emo phase at the age of 6. Like, there was no wonder Gara was a uncontrollable
He's a crash out, bro. He's a tweaker.
Shit, and he tried to make him a weapon of mass destruction as a baby. You see, Rasa did some shit. You see, the Hidden Saiyan was struggling financially. These niggas were broke, and they were in desperate need for a weapon of mass destruction. So Rasa ended up conceiving Gara for the sole purpose
to put the one tail in there, bro.
Beast inside of his unborn child, so he could make him a Jinchuriki and weaponize him. Now, since Rasa tried to seal a tailed beast inside of his unborn child, this ended up leading up to Gara's mother dying in childbirth. So off the rip, not even a day into the world, Gara was
already losing, bro.
Mass destruction and lost his mother fresh out the womb because of his father. The little nigga was set up for a life of hell, and Rasa knew this shit. I mean, Gara couldn't even sleep because Shikaku was always whispering to him.
Dude, Shikaku was like, yeah, boy. If the moment you sleep, boy, I'm gonna destroy this whole village. Everybody's gonna die. Everybody has to die. If you ever sleep, make sure you don't sleep, little boy. I'm gonna kill everyone you love. I'm like, bruh, let that little nigga sleep. Let Gara sleep, bro. God damn.
Hey, little nigga, fall asleep. I dare you.
I dare you.
You go night night. I'm taking over your body.
I'm killing everybody here.
Do it, little nigga. I dare you. And of course, since he was a Jinchuriki,
everybody hated him.
Everybody in the village was scared of him and stayed away from him. And Rasa let it happen. He didn't do shit about it. He just let them ostracize his son. And bro, he did not let Gara have fun at all. This man was the no fun police. He would play outside with Tamari and Kankuro, right? And they were just doing normal things. They were just building sand castles and shit.
Doing sibling stuff, you know?
But then here came Mr. My Son Can't Have No Happiness. His bum ass didn't even say a word too. All he did was look at Tamari and Kankuro and shake his head. No, stop playing with that nigga, even though he's your little brother. Get away from that freak. So Rasa didn't even allow Gara to play with his siblings. He just straight up neglected them and wanted them to be alone 24/7. But you see, the absolute worst thing Rasa ever did to Gara was making the only person that cared about him try to kill him. You see, Gara had a great relationship with Yashimaru. He was
so messed up, bro.
His uncle, and he deeply cared about Gara. He was the only person that showed him any type of love in his life. So guess what this nigga Rasa did? He told Yashimaru, yo, twin, I want to test my 6-year-old
and you need to kill my 6-year-old son, bro.
So do me a favor and go try to assassinate that little nigga. And also tell that little nigga
his mama didn't love him. Oh my god.
And if he does, he's a failure of a Jinchuriki. So this nigga sent Gara's uncle to try to assassinate him. So when Yashimaru pulled up on Gara, he had on a mask covering up his identity. So Gara didn't know who it was. So Gara
instantly murked him, bro.
And crushed him like a bug. So after Gara swatted him like a fly, he went over to his body and saw that it was Yashimaru. And Gara was sick to his stomach because he basically just murdered the only person that cared about him. And the only person that cared about him just tried to assassinate him. And with Yashimaru's last breath of life, he has to lie and tell Gara because Rasa's watching this shit. Gara, I was ordered to kill you by your father. And deep in my heart, I
need you.
Gara. And you know who also hated you?
Your mama.
So Shikaku took over and Gara ended up going berserk. And Rasa watching this the whole time is like, looks like the child is a failure. My son is fucking useless to me now. Like, you dumbass nigga. Bro, really
like, what did you expect, bro?
To somehow control his emotions and not go berserk after his uncle came and tried to assassinate him, then told him in his dying breath that he always hated him and his mama hated him too. Like, nigga, how did you expect anything different? The fourth Kazekage was a brain-dead idiot. And I ain't gonna lie, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but shouts out Orochimaru for
murking that motherfucker, bro. I'm sorry for cussing, I'm sorry.
This motherfucker wasn't shit. Now, when it comes to who's the biggest sack of shit in One Piece, obviously you know.
Oh, hell yeah. Sanji's daddy, right? Yeah, Judge, yeah.
This man had Sanji living in hell, all because he was a normal human being. You see, Judge wanted all of his kids to be perfect weapons for Germa 66, and he went to the lengths of genetically altering his kids to the point where they would lack any type of sympathy. He wanted them to be emotionless weapons.
He wanted them to be
because Judge
Terminators.
was a warmonger who terrorized the North Blue and wanted to conquer all of it to restore the Germa Empire to his rightful glory. Now, Sanji was the oddball of the family because he
Because of
actually
his
had
mama.
emotions and was just a regular human. Because of his mother. Because when she was pregnant, she took a drug to try to stop the genetic mutation that Judge was trying to do to their kids. Now, this made her bedridden, and she ended up dying because of this. And it only
Ain't nobody
worked
got
for
happy
Sanji.
endings
His
in
other
or
three
happy
brothers was
backgrounds
emotionless
or
dickheads because of the
backstories in
genetic
One Piece,
mutation.
man.
So Judge put all of
Nobody,
his
bro.
kids through intense training. And during this training, Sanji always fell behind. So when Sanji was basically failing every single training exercise, Judge became disgusted with Sanji. He was so disgusted with this little nigga that he would let his other brothers beat the shit out of him. And he wouldn't do anything about it. Sanji would cry for his dad's help. But Judge would just look at him and tell him, man, little nigga, if you don't get your ass up, quit being a crybaby and bitch. I can't believe you got my blood in you. You fucking disgrace. Damn. And his brothers continued to beat the shit out of him. They would do this every day, and Judge would just let it happen because he didn't care about Sanji. The only kids he cared about were his sister and his brothers. And my God, when Judge figured out that Sanji's hobby
I
was
know, it was
cooking,
GG's, bro.
this nigga did not like this shit at all. Sanji was making food for a mouse, right? And the mouse was tearing that food up. But then Judge barged in the room and just started yelling at him like, Sanji, are you cooking for them ass rats again, boy? I thought I told you to cut that weak ass shit out. So he walked over to the plate of food and threw that shit out the window, along with Mickey Mouse. He killed that nigga. Then he told him, don't ever cook again. And if I catch your little ass in that kitchen one more time, I'ma whoop your ass. So it got to the point that Sanji just continued to fail at everything. And Judge just decided to consider Sanji a failure. So this man did one of the worst things I've ever
Lucked
seen.
his kid
Judge
up.
decided to fake Sanji's death. And he threw him in a dungeon and locked a metal helmet on his head and just locked him up forever so he never had to see him again. And he stayed in this cell for 6 months.
That's so
while he
messed
was
up,
in this
man.
prison cell, his brothers would go in there and just beat the crap out of him for no reason at all. They would just do this for fun. So this got so brutal that his sister couldn't take it anymore. So she just broke him out so Sanji could run away. Now, when Sanji was trying to make his great escape, Judge found him trying to leave. So Sanji stood up to Judge and told him, I'm leaving, old nigga, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. And Judge just looked at him and said,
Believed in, man.
okay, don't hit your head out the door, little nigga. I don't care what you do. I'm gonna be real with you. But before we part ways, let me tell you this. Never tell anybody that you are my son, because you are the only stain on my legacy. So Judge let Sanji run away because he couldn't give a damn about him. And Judge didn't see
Couldn't care
Sanji
less.
again for 13 whole years. And the next time he saw him, he tried to use Sanji to marry him off to one of Big Mom's daughters. Bro didn't see his son for 13 years, and the first thing he tried to do was use him for a diplomatic marriage. And to make sure he couldn't leave, he put these handcuffs on him. And if he ever tried to take them off, he would blow his hands off so Sanji could never cook again. So after the whole cake arc and the Straw Hats rescue Sanji, while the Straw Hats were leaving, Judge saw Sanji on the Sunny. And the last thing he wanted Sanji to hear before he left was, Sanji!
You ain't my kid no more.
You know something before
And you ain't
leave.
shit.
You still ain't shit, and you'll never be shit. Not gonna lie, gang. If your
You have to
pops
squabble,
talking to
bro.
you like this after years of abuse,
You gotta
and
fight.
neglectment, ain't gonna lie, you might have to slime that nigga because that's insane. Judge rightfully earned his reputation as one of the worst fathers in anime.
Oh, we are finally at the end game. Nah, this. Ooh. Y'all don't understand, man. The hatred I have for this nigga. Ooh, no. The hatred I have for this nigga, bro. Oh, bro. All right, let's get it over with, man. I hate this, bro.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the final father we will be covering today. And this motherfucker, Shou Tucker, is arguably the top one worst father in anime history. In my personal opinion, he's the worst. Now, if you've never seen Full Metal Alchemist and you don't know who this nigga is, I'm warning you right now. This
shit is
about to get
messed
dark.
up. It is so
Shou
messed up.
Tucker was a state alchemist that was known for his work about chimeras. And Shou famously got his state alchemist license for making a chimera that could speak the human language. And he did this 2 years ago. So when we first meet
That's
Shou,
very
he
important.
just looks like an average run-of-the-mill middle-aged dad who's had a couple of midlife crises, as we can see clearly from his hairline, because that shit's receding like a motherfucker. But Shou had a daughter named Nina and a dog named Alexander, and they looked like a pretty happy family. Now, the house was nasty as hell. The dishes are like they ain't been washed in a week, and the shelves are like they haven't been dusted in ages. And Shou says the reason why the house is like this is because his wife left him and his daughter, and she left them 2 years ago. So after Ed and Al met Shou the first day, when they were leaving, Shou was informed that assessment day was coming up. And assessment day is an evaluation to see if you can keep your state alchemist license or not. And last assessment day, Shou laid an egg. That nigga failed. So this next one coming up was make or break for Shou. Because if he did ass on this next test, he would lose his state alchemist license. So the next day Ed and Al came over, they came and played with Nina and Alexander. Because Nina was sad because her dad was locked up in the lab the whole day. Because he was contemplating what could he possibly do to pass the next evaluation day and not get fired. So Shou came up with one of the most sick, vile, disgusting, disturbing ideas ever. When Ed and Al left on the second day, this nigga told Nina, "Hey Nina, I've got a great idea. Do you want to play with Daddy tomorrow?" And of course Nina was happy because she was finally gonna get time to spend time with her dad. But this was not gonna
This
be
man is
funny
sick,
father-daughter time like Nina thought she was about to have. Because the time she was about to spend with her father was about to change her life forever.
Oh,
Ed
dude.
and
Oh,
Al come back on the third day.
like
So
it
when they first
still
came in the
visibly
house,
makes me
nobody
sick.
was there to greet them. So they decided to look around to see if they could find anybody. So they went down to the laboratory and they found Shou in there with some type of creature. So Shou greets them and tells them, "Boys, I've finally done it. I've made a chimera that can speak and understand the human language." So at first, Ed and Al were happy for him because this looked like the scientific breakthrough that Shou needed to pass evaluation day. So Shou told the chimera to introduce yourself to Ed. So the chimera started speaking to Ed, saying, "That person, Edward. That person, Edward." And then the last thing the chimera says made niggas sick to their stomach. It said, "Big brother Ed." And look at Shou. Look at how he is standing. Bro doesn't even look human.
Oh,
right
it still
now.
makes
He's
me
so
so
ripped.
sick,
So
bro.
then to make sure Ed wasn't tripping, he asked Shou, "When did you get your state alchemist license?" And Shou says, 2 years ago. Then Ed asked him another question.
When did your wife leave you?
And Shou states, let's see. That was about 2 years ago as well. So then Ed asked him one final question. He asked, "Where
That
the
is
fuck
is
are
Nina,
and
bro.
Alexander?" And he tells him, "Can't you tell? They're in this room with us right now." Oh my goodness! And it all clicked from there. This nigga made Nina and Alexander
I feel so
do the
sick. I
fusion
can't.
dance and turned them into motherfucking dog nigga. And guess what? The wife, yeah, she ain't leave, nigga. Shou turned her into a chimera 2 years ago. That's how we got a state alchemist license. So Ed slammed Shou on the wall. And Shou didn't even feel bad about it. This crazy bastard was all smiles and was just saying, "Oh, this is just human evolution. This is progress." So Ed starts beating this nigga's ass. He punched bro for about 30 seconds straight, and he was going to kill him. And I ain't gonna lie, he should have
killed him, bro.
But Al stopped him because Nina Xander was still watching him the whole time. And she was telling him, "Big brother Ed, why are you beating up Daddy?" So Ed stopped because
Nah,
it was
bro.
just too much.
Oh
And
god.
this pathetic bastard Shou was so delusional after getting his ass whooped. Bro was saying, "I did it. I made it in time to keep my alchemist license." Dude didn't even care about his daughter or the sick ass shit that he just did. All he cared about was keeping his status as a state alchemist. So obviously they arrest this sick ass nigga and put his bitch ass on house arrest. And while he was locked up in his house, Scar broke in. So he walked up to Shou and did what needed to be done.
Yeah, murked him, bro.
Ugly ass nigga by the face and electrocuted him, sending his ass to the bottomless pits of hell. And then after he boomed Shou, Scar just decided the best thing for Nina was to just put out of misery. So he kills the fusion of Nina Xander. So yeah, man, this man Shou was a sick nigga. He turned his wife into a chimera, then made his daughter and the dog do the fusion dance. Like, there was a reason this man is universally agreed upon as the worst father in anime history.
All right.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
that was a showcase of some of the worst dads in anime history. And if you're wondering,
Damn.
well, CJ, what about all these other horrible, deadbeat, sick-ass niggas? Don't worry, I got you. I got
Batu?
another 6-man lineup ready to fire off. So if y'all down, we'll run this back after like the next trial or something. But with that being said, hope y'all enjoy. And for all my dads and future dads out there, keep doing what you doing and don't be like these niggas.
Alright then. That's it, man. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Hope y'all will like me. Hope y'all liked me coming back. It was great to watch this video with y'all. Here's my voice to do this on the side. I don't know what's going on. Bye.